Herschel Walker is back in the news.
He's a pro-lifer?
He called himself a pro-lifer, but he definitely didn't mind ending one.
He out here killing seeds.
A couple of them. Pro-life Herschel Walker paid for girlfriend's abortion, Daily Beast. Now, this is not a repeat story. Apparently, it's multiple women he has paid for an abortion for. So you got this. First off, you're a black man running as Republican in Georgia.
What's wrong with that?
On a pro-life platform.
Oh, yeah, and then you
talk about stereotype. You got multiple kids with multiple women. You're a deadbeat to multiple kids.
Alleged deadbeat. We don't know if he's a deadbeat
allegedly,
or not.
Okay, allegedly.
I'm not just gonna let you talk about that black man like that.
Shit. And you have this pro-life platform that you didn't even abide by your whole life. Now you're running for office and you knew everything was gonna come out. That's the crazy part. Now I have my theory. I believe he ran for office the same reason why Larry Elder ran for office in L.A.
To make sure that
the person who's already in there wins.
I agree with your theory.
Huh?
I agree with you.
They needed Newsom to win because he was getting a lot of flack. And if they would have ran anybody who was even a little bit liked, this competent, this a worthy candidate, he would have lost in that recount. Or that revote, should I say. So the same reason why they running him against Warnock, so that it's like, am I really going to vote for the dude who's a hypocrite? Even more than anything else, he's a fake hypocrite.
Yeah, you can't call yourself a pro-lifer when you pay for abortion.
Like, even if you don't even care about the lie of him having multiple women, him doing all this other stuff, he's a hypocrite, which means he's a liar, which means if you get him in office, he's going to do whatever's necessary at the time, say whatever is necessary at the time to win and get what you want.
Pretty much.
But
he's doing his job,
he's a lawyer,
fruitful and multiplying.
I wouldn't say that, but all right. Let me show this. Herschel Walker paid for a girlfriend's abortion, report says.
Are we going to read the whole article?
No.
Okay.
On this first, I got this. Herschel Walker, who has vehemently opposed abortion rights as a Republican nominee for the U.S. Senate in Georgia, paid for an abortion for his girlfriend in 2009, according to a new report. The candidate called the accusation a flat-out lie and said he would sue. Daily Beast spoke to the former girlfriend, who asked that her name not be used on the concerns of her privacy. In a report published late Monday, the news outlet said it reviewed a receipt showing her $575 payment for the procedure. According to Get Well card from Walker, and her bank deposit records showed the image of a $700 personal check from Walker dated 5 days after the abortion receipt. The amount cost $500 damn. That's cheap, ain't it?
Some people, that's expensive.
Well, we know there's a hustle going on with, I'm just saying there's some women that say they're pregnant and not be pregnant and just have a whole bunch of dudes giving them abortion money.
There you go.
That's real.
Talking about women.
That's real. Now, abortion bombshell rocks Georgia state race. Neither candidate wants to discuss it.
We know why neither candidate wants to discuss it.
So you got Herschel Walker, who don't want to talk about it for obvious reasons. But Warnock, who's a liberal, he don't want to talk about it because if he talk about it, he'll sound like he's shaming.
And he's a pro-lifer.
Exactly. He'll be, pro-choice. He'll sound like he's shaming Herschel Walker for being pro-choice if he called him out on it.
He would also be seen as a
pro-lifer. That's what you were saying. Also, I'm sorry.
Warnock would be seen as a pro-lifer.
Pro-lifer. So they want to leave that subject alone and just he didn't want to bring it up.
They called one another up and said, "Nigga, you don't talk about it. I won't talk about it." Done.
I think they had a debate a little while ago too.
Yeah, they called one of them and said, "We ain't talking about that shit."
Well, I said, "You good?
You good? We're good.
We are good.
We are good."
Oh Lord.
Did we respond back about the fish?
Damn, you've been thinking about that for the last.
Because I want to be proven right.
She said, "LOL, I had to step away, guys. Nope, never heard of spot or croaker fish."
Thank you.
And I had to Google it. The Asian markets here sell a lot of fishes I never heard of.
Thank you, Regina, for that validating me. I knew I wasn't lying.
He said, Regina. George said, Regina, I had a high hopes for you. Now Chad was going to think you're a master cracking whips. How the hell they don't have those type of fish up here? They're good fish.
Back to the article.
Now you got me thinking about the fish deal. Now you'll move on from that, I guess.
Yeah, I'm done.
Because you were thinking about it the whole time. Is she still answer the question yet? Accused of abuse, Herschel Walker says his adult son needs a spanking.
For telling the truth?
Pretty
All
much.
for the lifestyle.
Well, he ain't talked about the lifestyle, which is funny. When the
But
Republicans
he's telling the truth.
the Republicans have a different platform now. They are pro-trans and gay. So they're trying to be what they call a big tent party, include everybody.
They're trying to get more voters.
Huh?
Trying to get more voters.
Yeah. Hours after new allegations of abuse surfaced, the Georgia Republican Senate candidate jokes his son was in need of a corporal punishment. So his son, Christian Walker, who's walking around talking about men sleeping with all these women, not being deadbeats. And so he was always
talking about his father, though.
No, he wasn't. In previous times, he was just saying it in general.
No, he was talking about his dad the whole time, pretty much.
Maybe in a subtle way, he wasn't saying his name, though. He made it seem like he was just talking about it in general. But now, because of this new stuff, and basically the hypocrisy is so thick, the son can continue to spew some of the bullshit he say and not address his father. So he came out and said some stuff. Let me show this.
I stayed silent as the atrocities committed against my mom were downplayed. I stayed silent when it came out that my father, Herschel Walker, had all these random...
Here we go. Sorry, y'all. Hold on.
Nothing new. Y'all, I know y'all been experiencing the buffering and the
Maybe that's just us.
delay. No, it's my cell phone too. Everything is just delayed.
They want their 5G, man.
The internet, everything.
They want you to get that 5G. Okay, now it's not going to load at all. All right, fuck it. Basically, he went on a rant saying how his father had multiple women and how he was getting all these people pregnant. And the reason why he was talking about this stuff because his father was a deadbeat and how he lied for him for years. He even went to one of his campaign events. He even told him, him and his whole family, told him not to run because it would expose a lot of stuff and put it in public, put it in the public.
And
basically all the stuff we saw. Huh?
How he was not in a household with all of his kids and how it affected him.
Yeah.
I stayed silent as the atrocities committed against my mom were downplayed. I stayed silent when it came out that my father, Herschel Walker, had all these random kids across the country, none of whom he raised. And you know my favorite issue to talk about is father absence. Surprise, because it affected me. That's why I talk about it all the time, because it affected me. Family values, people. He has 4 kids, 4 different women, wasn't in the house raising one of them. He was out having sex with other women. Dude.
See, Regina be on it. We literally going to talk about this later. She said, no delays in electronics are going crazy. Is this a test for the alleged blackout coming? We were going to talk about that later. We talked about that last week with cell phone. They said in Europe there might be a network blackout.
I said the other day, the network, it's not just going to be in Europe, it's going to be in America too.
In Europe they came out in public and said it in articles like, hey, there may be a network blackout during the energy shortage. So you're not going to be able to call and tell us your heating working.
It'll be outbreak when winter comes.
You care about family values? I was silent lie after lie after lie. The abortion card drops yesterday. It's literally his handwriting in the card. They say they have receipts, whatever. He gets on.
You get the point. I don't even got to go through all that. I'm going to jump to some of his tweets. He said, every family member of Herschel Walker asked him not to run for office because we all knew some of his past. Every single one, he decided to give us the middle finger and air out all his dirty laundry in public while simultaneously lying about it. I know my mom and I would appreciate if my father, Herschel Walker, stopped lying and making a mockery of us. You're not a family man when you left us to bang a bunch of women, threatened to kill us, and had us move over 6 times in 6 months running from your violence. I don't care about someone who has a bad past and takes accountability, but how dare you lie and act as though you're some moral, Christian, upright man. You live the life of destroying other people's lives. How dare you?
Oh, he also said that his dad abused the mom too. I can't remember if he said it's emotionally or physically.
Well, didn't one of his exes come out and say that he beat her? Same thing with Larry Elton. Every time the black man come out, he beat me.
Whooping ass.
Niggas trying to beat me. Let me stop. All right, let's move on.